This show is intended for an audience over the age of 13. There may be some language, jokes, or violent content not suitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back, LEGO Transformers friends. This is Soundvox 1, coming to you with Skywarp. Now, Skywarp, I know, is a fan favorite of many Transformer fans. He is this awesome black and purple jet with these awesome gray intake accents. He looks really, really good. This one is a different style. So you see, the first three Transformers that I built were the Seekers. However, I didn't want them to all be boring, so I made each one with a slightly different build style than the others. So let's take a look for comparison to Starscream, who you caught in episode 1. Here's size comparison. They're relatively the same size in vehicular mode. Now, Skywarp is a pretty cool looking jet here. I've got this orangish piece as the cockpit, just like the toy figure would have. And as you know, my Transformers are based on G1 cartoon / toys where they can be. And I build on a more micro scale. I don't discriminate against my blocks, so I will use Creo blocks, Lego blocks, Mega blocks in order to build these guys. So here, to show you the touches on this jet, we have these little back fins, which are little Creo pieces. We have these nice smooth Lego pieces to give it a little more color. And the cockpit has one of the smooth pieces, plus the nice orange cockpit and the silver intakes. And it also has the little divots for Decepticon symbols and a different wing style than Starscream. These wings are much longer. I also use pins to connect these wings. On the side, you can see he has cannons that can shoot. So he's definitely a fighter jet. And Thu, if you're watching, this one's for you. I know you're a Skywarp fan like myself. Okay, so now let's get to what you all wanted, the transformation. As you'll know, I'm holding the nose cone up on this one quite a bit, because unfortunately, the pin I used, the nose cone is quite loose and kind of false. That's just the quality of Technic pin that I used. If I had a different pin, might have held it up a little sturdier, which I can always change that out in the future. So, just like Starscream, you fold them down, and voila, transformed. No, just kidding. Not transformed yet. So, the next part we have to do here is his wings. So like Starscream, you got to bend the wings back and rotate them around. And they kind of got to get pulled out slightly so they can rotate, and then bend them forward as you do. Now, because these are on pins, they can easily pop off. They're not as sturdy as Starscream's wings, but like I said before, Starscream, I did a bit of a cheat with him. Okay, the hands. The hands, we have to turn the hand pieces forwards, and once again, these are on stud friction. What that means is the singular Lego stud is rotating around. And so you have a point there and a point there connected by a single stud. This can be a problem because when you do stud friction, a lot of the times if the studs do lose their gripping power, then it is quite possible for them to pop right off. Like that hand just did. Live on air bloopers, everyone. That arm just didn't want to cooperate. And then you can kind of turn the arms out a little because they're on these little eye pieces. I put a stud here to give it a little more color to it. And the guns can rotate down to be his little arm cannons. You aim one forward. There he is, shooting at the enemies. And the hands, I have two different style hands so he can hold different things. So there is Skywarp in his robot mode. For a comparison, let's bring our old friend over, Starscream, just to see a size comparison robot-wise. So you have Skywarp, and you have Starscream. So they are about the same size. Skywarp's a slightly bit bigger than Starscream, stands just a little taller. That's mainly because I did some reinforcing on his tailpipe. And that also works as back thrusters, because there's 2 dots there that look like back thrusters. Let's get him in the light just right, so we got a good view of him. Here he is. You got the purple cockpit. You got the gray lines going up, which the actual toy would be silver. You've got the wings in the right position, and the Decepticon symbols facing forward. And he comes complete with arm cannons, which are just little guns that I used from one of the Star Wars sets. So there's Lego Skywarp. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe for more Lego Transformers